ownership is one of the key concerns always of the leader, right? I mean, a good leader is always wondering, do I have my people on board? Do they feel like they want to really go for this ownership and they want to have impact with what they're good in? And I think that's always the starting point for leaders. How can I create environment? How can I connect with my people in a way that they're not feeling like that they have to do something, but they want to do something, right? That makes the big difference if you talk about ownership.
Yeah. Ali, how would you describe and how would you recognize a team where people take ownership?
I think the very famous word people always use for this, and I would also do it, is saying our team members are proactive. So they're not leaning back and waiting for things to happen, right? This is a situation you don't want to have, because you can't be the one as a leader to always poke them and say, do this, do this, do that, right? So once they don't lean back and they start feeling like, hey, I can and I want to be proactive, I want to take this up, I want to solve this problem, I want to tackle it, I want to have an impact, I want to contribute to the team. This is what means proactivity for me.
We
I
always
think,
discuss these three type of things, and it's a skill, will, thrill, because somebody can be proactive from nature, let's say, but don't you think they have to have the right, let's say, skill, the will, the mindset to do something, and also the support, which connects for me to the thrill part?
Mhm. Thrill part is, you mean that he's like or she's feeling it?
Yes, more the mindset. Okay, we said somebody can be proactive from nature. Not everybody is like that, obviously. But if you are, what could be like blocking factors still that get you into motion, get you to do something?
Well, there could be many. But for me, proactivity, as you said, it can be both. Like someone could be proactive by his nature, by his
Mm-hmm.
mindset. Someone could be not proactive by his mindset and nature. And I think the element which makes the difference, which help both to be proactive, is like, for example, feeling it, like knowing, hey, there is something I feel it is important to contribute to it, and I feel connected to it, which brings us, for example, to the point of purpose, right? Do I agree? Do I connect with the purpose of the team? So this could be the feeling element. And on the other side, there could be many other barriers which avoid being proactive and feeling it. For example, if you don't have the trust, which connects to one of our other modules.
I fully agree. There is another thing which I have seen 1,000 times, Dunya, and that is bad experience with being proactive.
Mm.
So, in other words, I have been proactive, enthusiastic. I did it 2 times, and you know what
Yep.
the result was, Dunya? I got knocked on my head.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that teach me something, Dunya. Never again. Don't do it again, because it's not at all rewarded here in this company.
I think I've seen that too, especially when someone is proactive and things don't go well, and then they're left on their own to deal with the consequences. So it can't be a real challenge in an organization when it's not encouraged. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Or even if things go well, sorry to say that, yeah? even if it's not at all clear if things go well, this reaction, hey, what did you do there? You did you check with legal?
Yeah.
Did you get the okay from the salespeople? Did you involve them? You didn't? Oh my God. What did you do? So
Yeah.
I have, Dunya, I have seen it 1,000 times. But,
Yeah.
coming back to Ali. Ali, you also know that one?
Yes, I think it's a common theme in corporations, right? And you might use even a bad term for it, which you could say it's cover my ass politics. So if you're like in an environment, in a culture where everyone just tries to avoid risks and is afraid of doing any mistakes, you think twice before you take ownership, right? Because you're going for a risk, getting knocked, like you said.
Right. And even talking about the leader, let's say, hey, I want that. I want my people to take ownership, initiative. I want them to go. But hey, wait a minute. The moment they don't run in exactly that direction like I would run myself, or I would like to see them running, ho, ho, ho. What? No, not like that. Not like that.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean, and
it's key.
that's, yeah,
Yeah.
Dunya, go first.
No, I think it's key for the leader to create really this environment where this play factor is appreciated and not frowned upon, like you mentioned, Thomas.
That reflects a bit the two perspectives we have in our ownership module, right? The one perspective is to say there is an employee and what can I do so he can takes more ownership, right? How can I connect? How can I make it clear so he can understand what's it all about? Because that's also sometimes a barrier. How can I make this connection, emotional connection also to the topic, right? I mean, this is more on the employee side, sorry. But then on the leadership side, like you just pointed out, there might be also barriers, inner barriers within the leader, right?
Do you think it starts with the leader? Like, should the leader set this example? They always say change starts from the top. Do you agree with that? Can someone be proactive without the leader of the team being a proactive leader?
I don't really think. I mean, I wouldn't say like everything's depending on the leader, but we have also to accept that she or he has like a walk the talk situation, right? If I don't see my leader acting like this, I understand in this company it seems to be better to hold on and wait and not take ownership. So yes, I see there a big part of it that she or he plays a role.
Yeah.
I would think that even though it may start from the employee, the leader may still have the responsibility of sort of creating sort of some kind of permission for people to take ownership. So even if we don't have, maybe if the leader is not themselves taking ownership, maybe they should have an attitude that is okay with other people being proactive on the team before it can succeed, is what I'm thinking.
I think this question is genius of Dunya. And it reminds me of the cake theory, which Britt was explaining to us in Ibiza. And the cake theory is that ownership is a finite resource. Meaning by that, let's say I'm a team leader of 5 people. I am the team leader. And now Dunya and Ali, everything which comes on the table of our team, I jump. Like a leopard. In that way, okay, I'm doing myself, I give the example of taking ownership. That's true. But if we say the cake is limited of these things which come on our table, and I jump at every piece as being the leader, what's left from the cake for my team?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if I take like the ownership, there's no space for others to take it, right? If I take the cake, the piece, there's no other space for them to take it. Although I understood what Dunya was saying is also how does a leader like behave? This is how I understood it, behave in his peers group and environment and with his leaders, right? This is
correct.
does she or does he take risks and also shows ownership, or does he like hesitating always? But in regards to the team, you're absolutely right. It's something you share or is something you take.
I think also nowadays, with all leaders, everyone is overwhelmed, not only the leaders, but I think there are a lot of leaders who feel almost like paralyzed by the fact that they think they have to act upon every piece of the cake, like Thomas said. And they would be maybe not explicitly giving into that, but so relieved if somebody from the team would just take on this task, be creative about it, tell me later if it works. Like this mindset. I just think not a lot of them would want to publicly admit this because they feel they're then not worthy of being in this leadership position.
Ah,
Like what you call the imposter syndrome.
The imposter syndrome, yeah. Yeah.